welcome to my channel. My name is Yetunde Bamidele. People call me YBA, and I'm so excited to be able to say welcome to my channel. Ugh, I've been wanting to say that because I've been waiting to start my channel. Now, I tried to do YouTube like 2 years ago. Something happened, and I just didn't commit to it. But now I'm here to give you all sorts of content about motherhood, pregnancy, all the in-between, breastfeeding, miscarriages, the good, the bad, the ugly, and even some more, because I like to talk about things that are happening around me. So you'll probably get a little bit of sounding off here and there as well. I'll also be bringing a little bit of lifestyle too to this channel. Now, for my first video, I asked myself, I was like, what should I talk about? Like, what do you think? What should I talk about? And I remember I asked like my sisters and people around me, what should I talk about? And everyone said, oh, introduce yourself, talk about yourself. But I thought about it. I said, let me bring some value. Let me talk about something that I can relate to, and I think almost everyone who watches this is going to benefit from, and lots of people will also relate to it as well. In this video, I'm going to talk about 7 things that you can do for new parents. 7 things that are very thoughtful things. Now, the number 1 thing that you can do for new parents is actually something not to do. Don't show up unannounced. Do not do it. Let me tell you something. When you just have a new baby in the house, whether you've had babies before or this is your first baby, in fact, especially if this is your first baby, the last thing any parent wants is someone to just show up and say, hello, I'm at your gate, oh, hello, I'm at your house, hello, I'm at your door, when you're not expecting them. Nobody wants that. The truth is, a lot is always happening, you know, when a newborn comes home. There's so many moving parts. There's an entire life to rearrange to accommodate this new human being. So they're busy. They're trying to get things set up. So many things need to be set up, by the way. The parents, they're trying to also maybe find some time to rest, get their heads wrapped around the fact that they're not responsible for another human being. And then you show up. Just like that, without warning. And then they have to worry, oh, do I have, something to offer the guest, maybe a drink or, some snacks or something. Don't do that to any new parent. Nobody wants you to show up in their house unannounced anyways. But for new parents, it's an absolute no-no. Call before going. Let them know you're coming. Let them give you the convenient time that you can show up. Then you show up. So that's my number 1 tip. My number 2 tip now is ask how you can help specifically. Don't just say, oh, I came to help you do this. No, ask. I'm telling you, at times it's not the obvious things they need help with. A lot of times they're just some other things, little things. I remember when I had my son as a first-time mom, and there was this friend of mine. She was coming to my house, and she called me, and she said, oh, I want to come and visit you on Sunday and whatever. Can I come? I was like, oh, sure, come. And when she was about leaving her house, she called me again, said, okay, I'm leaving from the house. Is there anything you want me to get for you on my way? And I remember it was something very mundane. It was just plantain. I was like, can you please buy some plantain on the way? It can be as little as that. Ask them specifically what they need help with. There's so much they need help with. It can be grocery shopping. It can be, extra diaper. It can be, I also remember this when I had my son. I had issues with him latching on, and I was advised to buy something for my nipples, and I needed to buy it. And someone had told me that I can only find it around Lagos Island. And so I was calling everybody I know who goes to Lagos Island, who could help me go there and find what I wanted. So that's specific help. So number 2 tip is ask them specifically for what you can do to help. Now, number 3, and this is everybody's favorite, get them a gift. Who visits someone that just had a baby and you just go empty-handed like that? Get them a gift. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be a conventional gift. I think, like I said earlier on, I'm going to do a video on different thoughtful gifts you can give new parents. These gifts are not the usual, buy them a onesie, buy the baby a toy, or buy feeding stuff, or a dress, or the usual things that you would normally buy. No, some things that are actually thoughtful gifts. You would not believe the things that will mean the most to new parents. Honestly, most parents shop, before they have the baby. They're already ready. They bought all the onesies, they bought the bodysuits, the diaper, the wipes, everything. So when people come at times and they visit you and they bring you diaper and they bring you wipes, it might not even be the brand you use. It might not even be the type you want. So that's not exactly a thoughtful gift. Fine, it's a gift, or I don't knock anybody for it. I always appreciate when you give me something, no matter what. But let's get creative, guys, Bring a good gift. I have a story that is going to, if I'm just thinking about it, I'm emotional already. So my neighbor and friend, Matthew Idang, rest in peace, Matthew, because he passed away about 3 months after I had my daughter, my last baby. And we had my last baby right after when we moved in close to Matthew. And it wasn't right after, maybe like 3 years later. So we had become friends over the course of the 3 years, and we're very good neighbors. We fight once in a while, but we're like quite close. And what did Matthew do for us when we had my daughter? It was in the middle of the pandemic. The lockdown was just eased a little at the time, I remember, and there was still curfew and stuff. So before I came back from the hospital, he ordered us a buttload of water. Pardon my language, it was a lot of water, drinking water, and it was bottled water. And I think it was about, I don't even know, because when I came from the hospital, I was in too much pain. I didn't go and look at it, I'm not gonna lie. But I do remember that 2 weeks after I had gotten home, I went to the back of the house, and in the backyard, I still saw like stacks of water there. And I'm like, oh my God, we've been drinking this water for 2 weeks. Eventually, the water lasted us for about almost 2 months, actually. We didn't have to buy drinking water. And I'm not going to tell you how much that meant to us. I remember when I called him, when I heard he brought us water, I called him and like, why water? Because no one had ever given me anything like that before. And he told me a story. He was like, oh, where he comes from, he's from Calabar, by the way, that where he comes from, when you have a baby, traditionally, they fetch water for you, so you don't have to go out to go and fetch water. And so he replicated it, like, we're in Lagos. I can't fetch water, but I can buy them water. And it was till date, still is one of the coolest things anyone has ever done for me. So buy a gift, but make it a thoughtful gift. That is my number 3 tip. Now, the number 4 tip that I'm going to talk about is something that is very, very, like, it needs to be talked about. In fact, it deserves like a whole 1 hour for me to talk about it. And that is, please and please, do not offer unsolicited advice. Now, they have asked you to come and visit them. You've gotten confirmation. You've gone to visit. You bought them a nice gift. New parents don't need to hear all the unsolicited advice in the world. Let me tell you something. I have 3 kids. And when I had my last baby, even as a 3rd-time mom, there's still things that you're unsure about. The truth is, nobody knows everything. While I appreciate that you might be concerned and you might want to tell me something, it's not even about the fact that people tell you those things. It's the way they tell you. Imagine if 50 people visited me, or let's say 5, and each one of them, of the 5, tell me advice. Kilo day. Do you want to kill them? Leave them alone. Go there. Visit them. Smile. Because I like to think you're happy for them because, they just had a baby. And keep your advices to yourself. Keep your unsolicited advice to yourself. And that's that. So I think I'm done. Because like I said, I can go on a 1 hour rant about this thing. So just don't give people advice that they didn't ask for, okay? Go there, respect yourself. Respect yourself when you get there. So my number 5 tip, don't visit people who have a newborn when you're sick. You have a cold, or you can feel a cold coming, or your body, you know how at times you want to fall ill, maybe your mouth starts to taste metallic or somehow or funny, and you know that you're about to come down with something, don't visit them. So for most newborns, I'm just going to say this in case you don't know, newborns have low immunity. They just arrived here on this planet. They just got here. You don't know what is happening. Look at now. Me, I had my last daughter during a pandemic. Till now, she's almost 10 months. She doesn't know what a pandemic is. She's just here, minding her business, a baby. And then you've gone to visit the whole of Lagos visited the whole of wherever it is you are, collected this germ, that germ, this one, even you, your body is telling you that you might be coming down with something, or you already come down with something. Because some of you, someone has visited me before and they had a cold. I was upset. I was very mad. Why would you have a cold? You have the flu and you come to my house. And the sad thing is, like I said, most of the time, parents of newborns can't tell you these things. The few ones that manage to say something, they will blacklist them, they will badmouth them. We went to her house, she told us this. Oh, we went to his house. That husband, he was just squeezing his face. He didn't let us carry the baby. Why would the man let you carry the baby? When you came in and you were sneezing, that's why. Don't go and visit new parents if you're ill, or you feel like you're about to be ill, or you just don't feel right. Go there when you're in tip-top shape. Trust me, if you tell them, oh, I'm not feeling fine and I don't want to bring something to your house, that's why I'm not coming yet, I'll see you in a few weeks, I'm sure they'll totally understand. So that's my number 5 tip. Please don't visit new parents when you're not feeling fine. It's not done anywhere. My number 6 tip is going to sound like my number 4 tip, but it's actually very different. Respect boundaries. For this respecting of boundaries, what I actually want to address is how people come to visit new parents or a newborn and you just lose yourself, like you forget yourself. Now, this happens usually with people that are even close to the parents. It's usually the close friends that do this. Let me give you an example of not respecting boundaries. You go and visit them. Hi, my baby. Carry the baby. Mwah, mwah. Why? Why would you kiss a newborn? Don't do it. It's wrong. Like I said, germs, low immunity, newborn. No, it's a no-no. Respect boundaries. You enter some people's homes, they tell you, oh, please wash your hands, use the hand sanitizer. I remember the hand sanitizer debate, how some people feel offended. Like when I had my first baby, when you ask people to use hand sanitizer before they touch the baby, they say, don't worry, I won't touch, I don't want to carry the baby. They're already angry. Why are you angry? Respect what people want. In people's homes, they have different rules. In some people's homes, they don't want you to come in with your footwear. They want you to leave it outside. In some homes, they don't want you to sit in certain places. Ask before you just jump and say something. Don't just go straight to the crib and pick up the baby. Ask, can I pick him up? Are we allowed to pick him up? Oh, can I take a picture of him? Oh, that's another one. People come and they just take a picture of the baby and pew, they've posted it. Why? Don't just assume that because she shared a picture of the baby yesterday and then you automatically have the right to share the picture. Here's the thing. I can share a picture. Maybe when I shared it, what you didn't know is that you are one of the 5 people I gave access to see that picture. Now, when you share it, I don't know how many people have access to you who can see what you're sharing. So when you do it, or some people come, this is my phone. Hey, my friend has a baby. Baby mama, say hello. Anyway, that's for people that don't like to talk. If you know me, I'll tell you, no, don't post that. Don't video me. Yes, and you parents, this one too is for you. See all these people that don't respect their boundaries that come. Don't be ashamed. Give it to them. Tell them not to do it. Someone who means well, for you, when you tell them you don't want something, they will understand without question and they won't do it. So please, when you visit new parents, respect yourself. Sit down. Behave yourself when you get there. No kissing of the baby. No touching the baby. No. Ask. Don't just start doing. Just be doing. And just be, how do they used to say that thing again? You'll be jumping. Why? Don't do like that. Behave yourself. Like somebody that is having a home training. That's it, Sha. That's number 6. Final tip that I'm going to leave is to check on the new parents' mental health. I can't begin to tell you how many things are happening for a new parent, but most importantly, it's the mental part. When I had my first baby, I remember that I was immediately overwhelmed. And I was overwhelmed because I think my first baby was still my most difficult birth. And when I say most difficult, it wasn't the most painful, but it was the one where I experienced a big complication while I was giving birth to my son. And so I was coming off of the, oh my God, I could have died, situation. Oh my God, I wouldn't have seen my baby or my husband, ever again. Also, I remember I had problems with breastfeeding, just getting it started. So I couldn't feed this boy like I thought it was going to be easy for me. So many things were happening. So honestly, I wasn't depressed, but I was pretty anxious most of the time. What I'm saying is check on your new parents. And I remember when I did talk about it with my husband, and I told him what happened to me on that day on the operating table, he told me his own version. And apparently, we were both not doing well in the early stages of being parents. He was dealing with the anxiety of he might have lost his wife and his baby. Happened. Now, most of the time, when you're visiting new parents, you don't know all that. We all just come and say, new baby, congratulations. And, of course, how do I say it now? The right thing to do is thank you, they'll smile. If you're close to the couple or you're just close to one of them, whoever you're close to, check on their mental health. I can guarantee you there's a lot going on. At times it's not like, don't worry, they're not going to dump all their world problems on you. They just want to talk about some things. At times it's just the frustrating part of maybe getting the breastfeeding going. I've not been able to breastfeed my baby. I'm anxious, I'm not feeding my baby well. It might be the man. Oh, I've not been able to sleep, or this woman has been in a lot of pain and is affecting me. Just check on your friends. I'm telling you, talk to them, real talk. So check on them mentally, ask them specific, like, how are you doing? There you have it. Those are all the 7 things that you can do for new parents. If you have any more that you think I omitted and you're a new parent or you experienced, this new parenthood thing, please drop them in the comment section, okay? So like I said, on this channel, we'll be talking about parenthood, motherhood mostly, because, I'm a mom, pregnancy, miscarriages, breastfeeding, birth stories, all the things that I wish I knew before I started having kids that nobody told me. So all those things that, is shrouded in secrecy that nobody talks about. Nobody wants us to say anything. Our moms don't say, our grandmas don't talk about. We're going to be talking about them here with me, YBA, on this channel. So till a new video, which will be weekly, by the way, stay blessed. I was honestly about to say stay cool, because that's what I say to my son. Oh God, I have mom brain. Stay cool. It works for Yetunde. It might just work for you. Stay cool. Bye-bye. I swear that's what I think I need to do. I was